is up, folks? It's your boy Bob Hollywood back with another exciting review. Today's review is going to be of this Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 Jessica Drew figure. Now, I have not seen Across the Universe. I've seen the first movie. I fell in love with that movie. That movie was amazing. I'm glad they made a sequel. I just haven't seen it yet, but I'm glad they made a sequel, and it has a bunch of cool spider people, like this Jessica Drew. To me, Jessica Drew is, I believe, the red and black Spider Woman, but she's a white woman. So I'm glad to see this. And when I saw this figure, I was like, "Is she pregnant?" I'm like, "Is she pregnant?" Either way, I was buying the figure because she looks amazing. But I did some research after, and I was like, "Oh, she is pregnant indeed." So again, I have not seen the movie, but I think that's cool. I think it's really cool. On the back here, you see the other figures in the line. I want this Spider Punk. I want the Spider Punk in the regular line. I think was that the Lizard, but I'll take this one. It's probably going to be easier and cheaper. And everything else is cool. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, other than, like I said, I thought the first movie was awesome. I think Tom Holland's movies are entertaining. And I'm going to leave it at that. Don't really care for anything else Spider-Man related other than Venom. But as you see here, there's a barcode, but it's covered up. It's covered up with a sticker for it. I bought this. It says $39.99. I bought this for 60% off, which was respectable to me. Obviously, that's less than $20, so I had to grab it. This might be the first figure from that little purchasing, not spree, but the things I bought from that I've reviewed. I got other figures that are coming up. I don't think I've done any of them. So anyway, this is on the retro carding back. I think this might be the first one I've bought in any of the lines. I can't quite remember. I know they're re-releasing the Deadpool soon, which I want, and I want to get the Kingpin, and I want to get Apocalypse. I just haven't got them yet. Well, Deadpool's not out, but the Apocalypse and the Kingpin I just haven't done yet. So anyway, I don't think there's anything for me to read here other than like legalese. But so we're just going to go ahead and bust her out of her plastic prison. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back, and we have Jessica out of her plastic prison. As you can see, she only comes with the two accessories, two interchangeable hands, fisted hands. Not a lot of detail on them. And she's standing, so I'm going to risk her not standing. And these are the hands she has on her otherwise. They're just open palmed hands. And I can't say if that's significant, but I want to say I don't think I've ever seen hands like this on Marvel Legends. So that's cool. She also has this little belt that appears to be, yep, a completely separate piece. So with some finagling, you could get this belt off if you wanted. It's not attached to the jacket. It only looks like it was. She's got some cool little boots, but she's very top heavy. This hair looks as heavy, or is as heavy as it looks. Just like black hair, it's heavy. It's heavy, and it looks awesome. There's a lot of detail there. Like, she's rocking it. And if this woman was walking down the street, you'd be impressed. I love seeing natural hair like that. Jacket looks good. Again, she is very top heavy. She's probably not going to stand for me. She was on the peg before I moved her. Yeah, she doesn't want to stand. She just wants to go back because of that hair. She's thick as hell, thick as a motherfucker. Again, look how small her legs, her calves are, and her feet. It's hard. It's going to be hard to stand her up regardless. So when we do size comparisons and even getting her height, matter of fact, I'm just going to knock out her height now while I'm holding her. So her head comes to just about 6 inches, and her hair almost 7 inches. So just under 7 inches, maybe Yeah, just under 7. It's between 7 and 6 3/4. So yeah, she's a big one compared to the Grief Karga I just reviewed. Yeah, I think she looks great, man. She kind of reminds me, her features, the wider nose and the bigger lips, kind of remind me of oh, why can't I think of her name? Michaela Cole, who is in the MCU now, I believe. But yeah, she looks good. She looks great. And I think these glasses might come off because you can see they move. I don't know if they come off. We're not going to mess with them. I don't think they come off. But she looks good. Look at the jacket. Look at the red and black. So she's keeping that classic Jessica Drew look in terms of, the color. Because there's Julia Carpenter to me is the black and white. Jessica Drew is the red and black. And I have an old Toy Biz Jessica Drew. I don't know if they did. I just don't have her. So yeah, not a lot of paint here. I mean, the black is on there. It looks good, but there's some yellow. The buckles of the holster, the pouch. They didn't do the same down here on the shoes. I wish they had. But yeah, she looks great, man. Let's go over her articulation. There's a little blemish there on her headband on mine. Let's go over her articulation. Her head, that's the default position. It's not going to look up at all. That hair is not letting it go anywhere. It looks down. And it'll rotate with some work. It'll rotate 360. But as you can see, this hair rubbing against the collars, it's hard to do. And there's another little blemish right there on that collar. Yeah, just the one neck joint, it looks like. Arms go up that much. Full T-pose. They want to rotate, but they come out a little bit because of the shoulder pad. There also is the bicep cut. And she has double jointed elbows. So if she were Cyclops, she could blast fools. Hell, for all I know, that could be her power in the movie. Another little blemish there. And then she has, a peg on her wrist that allows it to rotate, and there are horizontal hinges. And again, I've never seen these hands. As for her waist articulation, I want to say that this top part is just on this peg. Her torso, this bottom part, is just a ball. You can even hear it. And it'll go 360. Legs, her thick legs only go out that far. And that's partially because of the jacket, which isn't that soft, but also the stomach. And they don't go back very far at all. They're going to go out this far. And let's see, because we did it with Grief, I don't think she'll do it. I think she's just too heavy. I don't think I can get her feet flat. Nope. Tried to Glenn Webb it, but couldn't do it. She's just way too top heavy. She's going to need, if she's on the shelf, she's going to need like a stand probably. Not like a foot stand, but when it wraps around her waist, her head is just way too heavy. We didn't go over the thigh. And double jointed knees. She can kick her own butt. And there is a lot of clearance in between, as you can see. And I was noticing boots, and I was thinking, oh, she has a boot cut, but she doesn't. They're just properly glued on there, but the boots are nice. And decent amount of articulation. I got another blemish here. And that's on a rocker. And it does pivot. It's just, it didn't want to cooperate at first. So, We did her size. We did her size. We got her size, but we had to do comparisons. Let's see if we can get her to stand long enough to do that. Foot on the peg. She's going to fall. She fell immediately, as was expected, but we'll try again. We have to try again. She has to be compared to the review crew. Come on, lady. Yeah, even if I tilt her head forward, she might stay that way. Let's see. Let's see. Andra. She's shorter than Andra. We got to try to do this quickly, because she does not want to stand. And I'm tapping her with Vixen. I'm messing my own luck up. She is shorter than both of them, other than her hair. Look at that. All the different black hair. Love it. And there she is. She's fallen. You gotta cooperate with us. You gotta cooperate with us, Spider-Woman. We have to compare you to the review crew. There she is. Taller than both Lucio and Winston Zeddemore. Devin and Lando, and oddly enough, she's got the red and black from Devin and a little bit of the yellow from Lando, and also a little triangle. Yeah. And she's taller than both of them. Devin was close in height, so that means she's probably going to be about the same height as Killmonger. I'm trying to get him close without touching her and knocking her over. Yeah, and John Jones. They're both taller than her. And for our last review, we got Titus O'Neil. And I'll probably have to raise my camera. So I'm not there in there. I'm not going to fidget with it. And Roadblock. And these gentlemen are both taller than her. So there you have it. Jessica Drew. My only gripe with this figure is how top heavy she is. I wish she stood better, especially since I like the boots. I think her feet look cool. There's just not enough support there for this heavy head. I love this head sculpt, though. I love it. I love the way she looks. But anyway, folks, don't be a pregnant superhero. You can be a hero when you're pregnant. You can, still help people. You should always help people. But don't put your life in danger fighting crime like that when you're pregnant. That's it. That's your advice for today. Don't be a pregnant superhero. Action figures speak louder than words.